And now it's the part of the show where we look at what it's like to go viral. And I'm delighted to be speaking to Rebecca today and her son Harry, who have been going incredibly viral, millions and millions of views for their content. We'll speak to them in a moment, but we'll just show you a little clip of Rebecca chatting to Harry about his conditions. And this has got 10 million views. Let's have a little watch of this clip.
I'm Harry. I'm 18.
Yeah? And so you're 18?
Yes.
But a lot of people question how old you are. So maybe they might think you were younger. Why would they think that?
Well, the truth is I've got a type of condition that makes me small.
Ah, okay. Do you know what that condition's called?
I know what it is, I just can't place the name.
It's quite a long name, isn't it?
Yes, quite a long name.
Yeah, it's called neuroblastoma amplified sequence with Pelger-Huet anomaly.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a long one, isn't it?
Yes, it's a long one.
Yeah. And there's not many people like you, is there, in the world?
There were only a few.
Only a few, yeah.
I think it's a very rare occurrence. Almost impossible, in fact.
Yeah, almost.
But yes, there is a condition like that.
There is, yeah. And so what parts of your body does it affect?
My size.
Yeah, and does it make your bones a bit weaker?
Yes.
I mean, what a guy and what a mum. And I'm so pleased that she's with us as well. Rebecca, it's so lovely to have you on the podcast. And that video, as Tim said before, more than 10 million views. Did you have any idea when you were first creating it that it could have that much reach?
No, not in the slightest. I knew Harry would be popular because of just who he is. He's so lovely. But no, didn't expect it to be like that at all.
Has he ever done anything like it before? Like, has he ever shown any interest in social media content or on like TikTok or following other people? Or was it just a completely kind of random, like, let's see where this goes?
No, so he's wanted to do YouTube videos for quite a long time since he was much younger. And I was very hesitant. I was kind of scared of potential bullying. So we held back, we didn't let him do it. And then when he turned 18, he still wanted to do it. So we thought, right, okay, he's an adult now, he can make his own decisions. And it was just all about him having a bit of fun, really. It's just something that he's wanted to do for a long time. So...
And tell us a little bit then about Harry's conditions, because as we heard him talking about the title. It's neuroblastoma with amplified sequence with Pelger-Huet anomaly. Did I get that right?
Yes, well done.
Okay, great. Tell us about what that means and how it kind of manifests and how it impacts on his daily life then.
So it's both me and his father carry a faulty gene. Which I think the faulty gene is quite common in itself, but when two people, both have that faulty gene, it can create, that genetic defect. And it's incredibly rare. I think there's only 5 kids in the UK with the same condition. Yeah. Okay. And we've met 2 of the other children, which is lovely. But yeah, it causes brittle bone disease. He's registered blind. He has got, vision. That seems to confuse people. That he's registered blind, but he can see a little bit. His immune system's very, very weak. So, he has to have weekly, they're called immunoglobulin infusions at home. His spleen is just, we don't really know what's going on with his spleen at the moment, but he's under investigation because he's got an enlarged spleen. He has recurrent episodes of liver failure.
Wow.
Yeah, so there's lots of things. Obviously, he's autistic as well, and he's a type 1 diabetic. So there's a lot of medication and a
lot of stuff for you to be dealing with, and also for Harry to be dealing with as well. he looks like and sounds like he takes it all in his stride. I mean,
Mm.
clearly he's
Absolutely.
is he at college now? He's 18, isn't he? Is he at college?
Yeah, so he sort of. So he's in sixth form of school, but because it's a special needs school, it's split between sites. So he does 3 days at school in the the main school campus, and then 2 days outside at another separate campus, which is called a college. But he starts proper college next September.
And what do his friends think of his newfound sort of stardom?
It's quite bizarre because I get messages from like his doctors and things saying, "Oh, we've just seen Harry on TikTok," and which is lovely. It's really nice because obviously he's moved from paediatrics to adult care now, and a lot of it's his paediatric doctors that are seeing it, so they get to keep up with how he's doing, which is really lovely. But yeah, his friends are brilliant, especially the ones that he went to primary school with, because they've all seen it, and that's really nice to hear from them.
Brilliant. And like, I suppose as well, like one of the reasons for sort of putting content out there is, on the one hand, the doctors must be thrilled because you're kind of raising awareness about the condition as well, and about the treatments that might be available, or how he can sort of like get by and live life to the fullest as well. But on the other hand, it's about just giving Harry and young people like Harry a platform to be able to communicate and engage and make friends and socialize, which is so powerful.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, he's loving it. A lot of people say that he looks quite grumpy on there, but that's Harry. He's just, I think because of his autism, he's quite deadpan. He's very straightforward, very blunt, and it's just how he is. Yes. Straightforward. Sorry, he's chatting to me.
What's his reaction been to, obviously not just friends and doctors, but millions of people who he didn't know previously, and now he's a proper, viral star? It must be incredible for him.
Well, I'll quote him. He said, he's not letting the fame go to his head. He's just doing it for fun.
Are there ambitions here to kind of like expand the content and expand his followers and sort of take the content to another level as well? Has he got kind of like a big career path ahead of him?
Well, it's funny because we've had quite a lot of like management companies get in touch, wanting to create content with him, which is very, very nice. And there's one that we're particularly interested in because they're like a very small business, which is nice. But I suppose because we've been able to monetize on TikTok on the last few videos, we've been able, what we've said is we'll give it to the University of Sheffield that are researching his genetic condition because they need more funding to continue the research. So it gives us that opportunity to possibly raise more money to, help them really, because.
Sorry, I was going to say, I think he could be a budding dinosaur expert, doing shows, just talking about it. And I was just astonished in one of the videos I watched of you quizzing him on his knowledge of dinosaurs and the in-depth detail he has, but he just talks about it with such passion. Honestly, I think it could be something in that, I think.
Hello everyone, I'm Harry, and I'm here to talk to you all about the T-Rex.
Go on then, what can you say about T-Rex?
Well, it's a Tyrannosaurus Rex, and it says here that, they were not only it says here that they were not only one of the most massive meat eaters to have ever lived, but also they had a great sense of smell and fantastic eyesight.
Oh.
And it also says here that the bite of a Tyrannosaurus Rex was 3 times stronger than the bite of a modern lion.
That is powerful.
And it could cut through the skin of almost any animal.
That's quite scary.
And, in fact, in China, there was a type of Tyrannosaurus Rex called a Eutyralis. It was as long as a bus, had rows of sharp teeth, it was an amazing hunter, and it was covered in lovely soft feathers.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, no, he loves it. And, we've taken him to the Natural History Museum in London and, tried to do things like that. Yeah, but, yeah, I think the last time we went, the dinosaur, the big skeleton wasn't there. It was Hope, the whale.
Yeah.
But he did love Hope, but I think he really wanted to see the dinosaur.
I took my son to the Natural History Museum. He's a lot younger. He's like 3. But he was still just like getting into the whole. He loved the dinosaur exhibition there is fantastic. But you're right, they have switched over the main skeletons now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like I'm sure the Natural History Museum would love to kind of like, jump on the back of like all of Harry's success as well, and the fact that he's managing to reach such a wide audience, and it just goes to show.
That'd be nice.
Just, wouldn't it be amazing to sort of say like make this a very inclusive, accessible kind of experience to be able to go to these kind of places, and know that it's for everyone, and every ability.
Yeah. I mean that's it. It is. There are lots of places that we can't go because. A lot of the times Harry's in a wheelchair, or in a little electric scooter. So quite a few places are inaccessible to him. But the Natural History Museum is one that is very accessible. So it is a good place to go. Unfortunately, it's just quite a long way from where we live.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But
well,
yeah,
if they're
he'd
watching,
spend
if
hours
the curators of the museum are watching or listening to this podcast, then you never know, you might get another follower and maybe some kind of like collaboration in due course as well. But it's amazing what Harry's achieved so far, and kudos to you as well for kind of helping him out with giving him the platform to be able to express himself and meet new people and engage audiences and everything. It's so inspiring, and he's just hilarious and brilliant. So
he is. He's a good character to have around. He's great.
Yeah.
You're never bored when Harry's around. No, never.
Thank you
there's not a dull moment.
I bet.
Thank you so much, Rebecca, for coming on.
No, thank you for having me. Yeah, it's been lovely. Thank you.